So, we got a slight update here. We got a new phone in, which is another iPhone 6, which I don't think we ever said anything about the previous iPhone 6 that we had then sold off, but we have got an iPhone 6 here. So this iPhone 6 was actually at a pretty good price. It costed me £20 and it has 64 gig. There's just a small mark under the screen where it's water damaged. Other than that, it's pretty decent. The speaker's slightly muffled and the mute switch doesn't work. It just sort of comes back out on itself there. The Touch ID works, the earphone jack works, the speakers work. The battery health, we will just see now, we'll just disconnect from a network here. And we'll just go to settings. Close that out because it's got some weird glitch. Just jump into settings here. Now I did show one time the iPhone 6 I had that was throttling the power. That one went. I managed to sell that for 20 quid. So I basically sold one and brought one in a better condition for the same price. We go to battery health here. We can see 94% health. So that's pretty decent. It's a 64 gig phone. There's a couple of chips around the side and that. It's obviously slightly scratched up from previous use. Obviously that mark underneath the screen due to water damage as well. But other than that, the screen itself is, other than the mark, in mint condition. As we said, everything's working here. You can just open apps up. You'll see it's quick. Go back here. Quick. Like I said, everything's working. So if we just jump on some Wi-Fi here and we go to the App Store, what I want to do is what we want to do. We want to download Geekbench. So on my other iPhone 6, I got something around the same as an iPhone 5. So you normally expect around 1300 on a 5S, right? And I was getting just under that. So what we're going to do quick is download Geekbench here. Wait for that to install here. And you can see here, opening the actual app itself was pretty quick. It's running iOS 12. I did upgrade that after getting the phone. I'm going to just run the benchmark here. This will obviously also show us how the battery holds out, because that other iPhone 6 would have drained about, a good 30%. Just running the benchmark, the battery was sort of not too good, but luckily we had someone that needed a phone, was happy to take that phone, so we sold that for 20 quid and brought another iPhone 6 in for the same price. We've also got another phone that I want to review, the Samsung Galaxy J5, original 2015 edition. Basically, we will see how that holds up in 2018. It runs Android Marshmallow, and hopefully we will have the review out by tomorrow. I mean, by the time you see that, the review might already be out. By the time you see this, but hopefully the review will be out tomorrow. You can see that this phone obviously has the A8 chip, 1.4 gigahertz, a 1366 by 750 display, is it? No, sorry, 1334. I'm getting confused with computers by 750. Computers are normally 1366 by 768, so a tiny bit higher. It's 326 ppi. It has a 4.7-inch screen. Like I said, other than that little mark where obviously it was water damage, it's in mint condition. The battery life seems fine. The mute switch doesn't work, and it's got a couple of like scuffs on that, but they come, any iPhone you have, they will come from general use either way. It's also time that we start covering the new iPhones as well, so we will do a roundup of all the leaks at some point soon. Just don't have a date yet. Obviously the event is leaked for the 12th, but we don't know yet, and we will see. So let's see how this battery's holding out. It's still on 100, whereas the other one, you charge it would go from 100 straight back down. It just didn't stay, I guess you could say. It just went down rather than stay up. Like, it was just messed up. The battery health on that was 81%. It kind of went up and down though, it's weird. And this one here is 94, and it does seem solid for that. The mad thing is it's actually higher than my phone, because my 8 Plus is on 92% health, which I'm not quite sure about that one. This is on 94, so it doesn't mean I'm going to be switching back to the iPhone 6. Anything but, if I can avoid it. Not that it's not bad, it's just not wanting to be like my main phone. It lacks a little bit of the speed. I mean, this one's actually been surprisingly fast on iOS 12. It was a bit slower on iOS 11, nothing bad. But what we did was we stuck iOS 12 on here, and actually after the update, it literally just runs like a beast. It's actually nice. It's like an iPhone 6 with hidden 6S powers, but obviously noticeably a 6, I guess, in some case, but in other case, no. The speaker, like I said, is a little bit muffled. The earphone jack works totally fine. That has been tested by me. I have tested the earphone jack and found no issue. I use my JVC Extreme Explosives. Now the results are in. So for single core, we're getting 1598. So already higher than the power throttled one. So if we go to result, we can get nearly 3K on the multi-score, 2726. So I'm pretty happy with that. The 99% now. So that is basically the iPhone 6 for £20. It's a 64 gig model. And yeah, the iPhone 6 for £20. I will see you in the Samsung Galaxy J5 video, followed up by some iPhone leaks.